Quick question for you. What if the smartest route to $10,000 a month in 2026 isn't building something brand new from scratch, but plugging into what's already printing money every single day? Not a hype video, not a get rich quick script. This is a practical, repeatable path that real people, agency owners, freelancers, and operators are using right now to get predictable revenue without living in burnout. If you're watching this, you're probably one of three people. You run an agency or freelance business and you're sick of feast or famine months. You're grinding outreach, cold DMs, and manual follow-ups and wondering where the scale is. Or you're stuck in a job that pays okay but eats your freedom and you want a faster, smarter route that actually gives you time back. We'll unpack the exact three-phase plan in a minute. Find, partner, monetize, and I'll show you scripts, numbers, and the exact tools to use, but I'll also show you how reputation systems like Reviewly.ai play a huge role in getting buyers to trust your products fast. Before we jump in, if you like to go deep and actually implement this, I run a Skool community where we build these exact systems together. Live audits, real prospect lists, real launches. Link in the description if you want the hands-on version. Before we dive into the three-phase plan, you need to understand why this opportunity exists in the first place. Because two massive shifts hit the internet at the exact same time. And together, they blew the doors wide open for people who know how to use systems. Shift number one, AI finally reached professional replacement level. And I don't mean generic surface level AI that spits out fluffy paragraphs. I'm talking about specialized tools that can now perform the same level as the experts who used to cost 5 figures a month. Today, those skills are built into AI systems you can run from your laptop. Copywriting, funnel structure, email sequences, launch breakdowns, offer positioning, ad creative. You can produce at an agency level without hiring an agency. That's the first shift. And honestly, it's the one that removes 80% of the startup cost for this business model. Shift number two, automated revenue share infrastructure. This one's huge. Revenue share partnerships used to be a nightmare because creators had to manually send your cut every time they moved money out of their account. They'd question whether they still needed you. That hesitation killed partnerships. Today, platforms automate the split. A sale comes in, it's divided instantly, and no one has to press a button. Creators don't feel like they're paying you, they just see more revenue while you share the upside. That one shift makes the entire model scalable. Combine that with millions of creators, a booming digital product market, and AI giving you the output of a full team, and all the old barriers disappear. This is the window, the best time for operators to step in. Now, let's get into the actual three-phase plan for hitting 10K a month in 2026. Phase one, finding creators. You're not looking for big influencers. You're targeting micro creators with 10,000 to 100,000 followers who have trust, are accessible, and maybe haven't figured out monetization yet. Let me give you the exact profile that you're looking for. They have some kind of transformation. Every great digital product is built around a journey, point A to point B. A fitness creator who lost 30 pounds. A dad documenting exactly what he's learning. A productivity creator who went from chaotic to organized. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be relatable. If the creator has a transformation, their audience naturally wants to learn how they did it. Their content aligns with that dream of their transformation. This sounds obvious, but it's where most people mess up. If someone built a business but posts only travel photos, that's not a fit. If someone is a productivity creator, but their feed is all memes, it's not a fit. You want alignment. Their transformation matches what they talk about every day. Because when you eventually help them launch a digital product, the audience will already be primed for it. They have what's known as real engagement. Follower count is a vanity metric. Engagement is the money metric. Look for comments that aren't bots, shares and saves, reels or TikToks with high views relative to audience size. A creator with 22,000 followers and high engagement is better than one with 90,000 followers and no real audience. They're clearly open to monetization. This is the little hidden gem most people never think about. If their bio says business inquiries, sponsorships, or collabs, that tells you two things. They want to monetize, or they probably don't know how. And here's the kicker. If they don't have a link to a product, a membership, or anything they own, then they're perfect for you. It means they're leaving money on the table and they know it. How fast can you find those people? Ridiculously fast. The other day I typed fatherhood into Instagram and immediately found a creator with 44,000 followers, millions of views on his reels, and 0 digital products. That's someone who could easily make 20,000 on a simple launch. And he's probably earning a couple $100 a month from little brand deals. There are tens of millions of creators in that exact situation. You're not digging for gold, you're scooping it off the surface. Your goal for this phase, build a list of 30 to 50 creators. Nothing fancy, just their name, their niche, their follower count, engagement quality. Do they have a transformation? Do they post about it? Do they have a product already? That's it. Once you build a list of 30 to 50 creators, you'll start recognizing patterns. You'll quickly spot who's monetizing and who's monetizable and who isn't. From that list, you'll reach out to about 10, talk to 3 to 5, and partner with 1 or 2. That's the real goal of phase 1. With your list ready, you move into phase 2. This is where most people freeze and start overthinking. What if they say no? What if I sound salesy? But remember, you're not selling anything. You're offering a no-risk partnership that helps creators monetize opportunities they're already sitting on. You're bringing the missing half of their business. So let's break down exactly how to reach out and what to say. The first one is the outreach mindset. First, understand this. Creators already want to monetize. The problem is they don't want to deal with funnels, payment processors, email sequences, product structure, customer support, any of it. They just want to create. That's their zone of genius. Your role, handle the business side, the structure, the systems, the conversion, and let them stay in their genius. This is a partnership, not a pitch. The outreach message. Here's the simplest, most effective first message you can send. Hey, name, quick question. Do you sell any digital products or coaching around? And then you add in the topic they talk about. That's it. Short, clean, low pressure. And the beauty of this question is that no matter what they say, you win. If they say no, perfect. That means they don't have a product yet, which is exactly the gap you fill. You follow up with, got it. The reason I asked is because I help creators in whatever their niche is, turn their expertise into digital products. Your content is strong and your audience would pay for a more structured version of what you already teach. I don't charge anything up front. I handle the business side. You keep creating and we agree on a fair revenue split. Open to a quick chat about how that could look. If they say yes, it's even better. It means they already know the value of what they teach, but they're almost always doing it inefficiently. Maybe their product is slapped together, their funnel is weak, or their pricing is all over the place. You reply, that's awesome. What are you selling right now? I ask because I help creators scale their digital products. Most creators I work with are leaving a lot on the table because the infrastructure isn't set up the right way. I handle the back end and we do a revenue split. Want to hop on a quick call so I can show you what I'm seeing? 2 questions, 2 paths, same result. A conversation about a partnership. Why this works. Creators are not business operators. They're artists, storytellers, educators, entertainers. They think in content, not in systems. So when you approach them with no upfront fee, no risk, you handle the tech, you handle the structure, you only get paid when they get paid, there's nothing to push back against. Their brain doesn't activate defenses. They don't feel like they're being sold. If anything, it feels like somebody finally showed up to tell them turn their passion into something sustainable. And once they say yes, all you need is a 10 to 15 minute call to seal the deal. The call is relaxed, not a sales pitch, no pressure, just alignment. You show them the opportunity, they show you what they've already built, and together you decide if it makes sense. That's the goal of phase 2. The goal is not to close 5 partners. The goal is to get one solid partnership, one, because one partnership can be a $5,000 to $20,000 month within phase 2 before you start phase 3 if you execute it correctly. Because once you dial it in with one creator, you simply repeat the process. Now we get into the fun part, turning a creator partnership into real revenue. This is where the business actually becomes predictable, scalable, and honestly, kind of addictive once you see how well it goes. Phase 3 has 3 parts. Let's break each one down. First one is build a simple digital offer. Most people overthink this. They imagine they need to build a 50 module course with cinematic production and 90-page workbook. Nope, keep it simple. A powerful digital product usually fits into one of these. A short course, 60 to 90 minutes total content, a structured guide, which is PDF and templates, a mini membership. The key is alignment. What transformation is this creator already talking about every day? Build a product that helps their audience achieve that transformation. If they're a dad creator teaching fatherhood, build the first 90 days of fatherhood. If they're a fitness creator, build the beginner fat loss blueprint. If they're a productivity creator, build Organize Your Life in 7 days. Simple, specific, immediately valuable. Creators tend to overestimate how much content they need to include. Their audience doesn't want 20 hours of video. They want one thing, clarity. Your job is to structure their knowledge, not inflate it. The second one is to use AI to build the sales infrastructure. This is where the leverage kicks in. 10 years ago, you need a copywriter, designer, funnel builder, media buyer, strategist just to build the infrastructure for one launch. Today, AI does 80 to 90% of the heavy lifting. You can use specialized tools to write the sales page, build high converting headlines, create email sequences. You're not writing everything from scratch. You're editing and refining what AI produces. Think of yourself as the director, not the laborer. You control the strategy. AI handles the execution. The creator supplies the expertise. That trifecta is the new leverage model. The last one is to launch it to the creator's own audience. This is where the money comes in. And I want you to see the math so that you can fully understand how powerful this model is. It's all I want you to see. Let's go back to the creator. Example that I mentioned a little earlier, 44,000 followers, highly engaged, no digital product. Imagine you help him launch a $100 course about fatherhood. Let's say his Instagram stories get 10,000 views. Let's say you only get about 2% of those buyers. I want you to understand how conservative that is. 2% means that out of 100 people who already click his stories every day, only 2 people buy. Even at that low number, here's the math. 10,000 viewers times 2% is 200 buyers. 200 buyers times $100 is a $20,000 product launch. He keeps, say, 70%, 14 grand. You keep 30%, 6 grand from one product, one launch, from one creator with a setup that takes you maybe a week. And here's what most people don't realize. Creators are so used to inconsistent income that a $14,000 a week could feel life-changing to many of them. That kind of a win bonds them to you. It builds trust. They start asking, what's next? And that's when you shift from one-time launches to recurring revenue. You repeat monthly mini launches, seasonal promotions, new product variations. Now imagine doing this with 3 creators, 4 creators, 5 creators. Now you're not trading time for money anymore. You're compounding revenue across multiple creators whose brands grow every day without you lifting a finger. One of the highest leverage things you can do after a creator's first launch is build trust rapidly. Because social proof doesn't just help creators, it massively boosts your future launch conversion. This is why I created Reviewly.ai that accelerates trust by helping a creator collect reviews fast, automates follow-ups, responds professionally with AI assistance, increases visibility of their products on Google, and will build credibility between launches. And the best part, the owners won't have to log in. Everything happens via SMS. It's the least stressful trust engine you can add, and it ties directly into conversion. If you help a creator get 50 positive reviews on their product or company after a launch, your next product becomes dramatically easier to sell. What's your goal for phase 3? Launch one product, validate demand, show the creator a bigger month than they've ever had, get paid, systemize that entire process, and repeat. This is where your income becomes predictable, because every creator partnership is another stream that compounds month after month. And once you can manage this for one creator without getting overwhelmed, scaling it to multiple creators is simply a matter of SOPs and weekly check-ins. By this point, you might be thinking, okay, Jeff, this all sounds great, but what about X? So before your brain starts inventing roadblocks, let's walk through the 3 most common objections people have when they're just getting started. And then we'll talk about how to scale this to $10,000 to $20,000 a month as a machine. Objection number 1, I'm not an expert. Why would a creator trust me? This is the most common objection and ironically, the easiest to solve. Creators don't care if you're a guru. They don't need you to be famous or have a giant personal brand. They care about one thing. Can you handle the stuff they hate doing? Remember, they don't want to set up funnels. They don't want to write sales copy. They don't want to deal with tech, checkout pages, or email sequences. You're not showing up saying, I'm the best marketer on earth. You're showing up saying, I'll take the business burden off your plate so you can stay in your genius. That's the partnership creators dream of. And because AI handles 80% of the execution, you just need to be the organizer, not the multidiscipline expert. Think conductor, not violinist. Objection number 2. What if a creator ghosts me or doesn't pay? This was a problem before automated revenue splits existed. Today, the payment happens instantly and automatically. They don't manually send you your share. They don't have to approve anything. It is baked into the system. That removes awkward conversations, outreach, eliminates friction, and honestly, it removes 99% of the reason revenue share partnerships used to fail. No invoices, no chasing, no audits, no stress. That one shift alone is why this model is exploding right now. Objection 3, can I actually scale this? Won't I get overwhelmed? Here's the truth. You shouldn't be trying to scale this with 10 creators on day 1. That's a great way to fry your entire nervous system. Start with just 1. Prove it to yourself. Get the first win. Document everything. Then here's the scaling formula. Step 1, turn everything you did into SOPs, standard operating procedures, product templates, launch templates, email frameworks, creator onboarding steps. This is turning your skills into assets. Step 2, turn your assets into systems. Systems mean you don't reinvent the wheel. You can hand off tasks easily. Each new creator becomes easier and more profitable and gets done faster. Step 3, add creators horizontally, not vertically. You're not working harder, you're duplicating a working engine. One creator can bring in $4,000 to $10,000 per quarter. 4 creators can bring in $16,000 to $40,000 per quarter from the same systems. This is how operators replace their income without replacing their sanity. Here's something most operators miss. Every successful launch you run becomes an asset for future launches. Testimonials, reviews, case studies, feedback, screenshots. These all sharpen your authority, and you don't even have to be the face of the brand. This is also why building reviews is incredibly profitable. After each launch, you run a review sprint. Tools like Reviewly let you help the creator collect, manage, and respond to reviews, which skyrockets trust and improves conversion on every future product. It's one of the easiest ways to look like a hero while doing very little work behind the scenes. Trust compounds. And in the digital product world, trust equals unlimited revenue. The goal isn't to become the biggest operator in the world. The goal is to build a simple, sustainable, low stress, high profit system that compounds with each new creator that you bring on. This is how people go from burnout to predictability. This is how agency owners escape client chasing. This is how freelancers stop trading hours for dollars. And once this engine is running, you can layer on AI automations, hire a junior operator, or build boutique studio for creator monetization. Your ceiling becomes whatever you want it to be. If you're still here, you're probably realizing something most people never notice. You don't need viral reach. You don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to build a personal brand for 5 years. The smartest route to 10K a month in 2026 is simple. Partner with creators. Build their monetization systems, share the revenue. You're leveraging what already exists instead of trying to fight the algorithm or build everything from scratch. And once you see this model, it's hard to unsee it. You start noticing creators everywhere who could be earning 10K more, 10X more, and they don't even realize it. So here's the real question. Are you going to be the person who watches the opportunity pass you by? Or are you going to be the person who steps into the system early while the window is still wide open? Because make no mistake, this window will close. In 6 to 12 months, creators will be flooded with offers. The people who start now will look like geniuses. People who wait will look like everyone else. Let me give you the simple, most easiest possible next step you can take today, and it won't cost you anything. Build your list of 10 creators. Send the one-line outreach message. Have one conversation. Your goal is to land one partnership, run one launch. That first $3,000 to $6,000 will hit your account and you'll realize, oh, this actually works. And then everything changes. Because once you feel the leverage, once you see the revenue hit from a launch you built in a week, you can't go back. Because once you watch a creator freak out because they made more in 5 days than the last 2 months, you'll understand why this model is blowing up right now. Now, if you want to go deeper, if you want me to literally walk you through picking niches, building prospects lists, crafting outreach, structuring launches, setting up automations, and scaling to multiple creators, then come join us in the Skool community. It's where I break down these types of systems step by step, and it's where you get feedback from me. It's where you get the templates, frameworks, negotiation language, and all the stuff that turns this from a good idea into monthly recurring income. The link is in the description. Here's how I'll leave you. Most people wait for the perfect moment, but the people who win are the ones who start, even when they don't feel ready, especially when they don't feel ready. You don't need permission. You don't need a certificate. You just need to take the first step. I'm rooting for you. Go get it, and I'll see you inside of Skool.